a couple people on here. Let's get started. So today we're going to start with our gratitude sticky note. And I am going to put creativity as my sticky note today, if I can spell. Because I feel like during this time there has been a lot of creativity being used and shared, and I've just really been enjoying it. And I feel like also like my own creativity has been coming out, so that's also really fun, and it's just been really great. So I am appreciative for all the creativity. Ooh, I have to sneeze. Ooh, bless me. So, your task for today is kind of a reflection, kind of a question, but basically what I want you to do is I want you to take a moment and think about the time that you've been having during this quarantine, and think about what you've appreciated, what at work you wish was different, thank you guys, which parts of it you want to keep. So for example, like I've been drawing more and coloring more and doing more stuff like that, and like getting outside and going for walks more, and I know that when I get back to work I'm just going to be working and not taking the time to do those things, but I feel like I can incorporate those things into my daily life. So I want to sit down and like figure out kind of when all of this is over, like what do I want out of this? What things do I want to keep? What things do I want to get rid of? Just kind of like declutter your life, because obviously like most of us, we work and we don't stop. But now we're at a point where we're doing absolutely nothing. Like we're not working, most of us aren't working, and we're not doing much. So we've done both polar opposites at this point. So I want you to go in and try to find that like middle ground. Like what's going to make you happy when everything comes back? What's going to make your life feel more fulfilled? Or what are you going to incorporate into your daily routines or stuff like that? So just like jot a couple things down. I think the best way to do this probably would be to either take the sticky notes or take your piece of paper and write down how you were feeling when you were working. Write down how you're feeling now. Put like little stars next to the things you liked on both sides, and try to come up with like a middle ground or a middle plan. But know that this isn't going to happen like, oh, I'm going to sit down for 20 minutes and here's the answer. It's going to be like probably a couple days, a couple weeks, but just we're almost done with this month, and we've been here for, I don't even know how long, almost 2 months now. So I feel like a lot of us can like, what we're missing at work, is kind of what we want to incorporate in our work, but what have we enjoyed about this time kind of thing, or what are we going to miss when we go back to work about this time kind of thing. So just reflect and really see what works for you. So let's do our card. Oh, this is kind of fun. We'll do this one today. And the word is abundance. So it says, it is easy to be in lack when we tune into lack. It is easy to see the gap between what we have and what we ultimately want, and between where we are and what we want to be. When we focus on the gap gets bigger. So with this card, focus on the abundance that is all around you wherever you are. Be aware of all that you do have, and the steps you have taken. Tune into the abundance in all areas of your life. Feel it, experience it, soak it in, and watch it expand. Today, every time you have a thought about what you don't have, what you haven't achieved, step back and take a breath. The breath in specific thoughts about what is in your life and what you have achieved. Breathe it in and let it fill you up. Feel and live your abundance. I mean, I feel like this card's pretty self-explanatory. I think that that's a really great thing that we need to do, because a lot of times we don't give ourselves enough credit for what we've been doing. Hi, Anthony. And so I feel that we definitely need to take the time and take a breath and appreciate what we have done and how far we've come and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, even in this time that we've been stuck at home and going through a hard time, like, a lot of people are like, oh, it's not that big a deal, like, I'm just gonna stay home, like, blah, blah, blah. But truth is, this has been a very stressful time, and even though, like, it's hitting all of us very differently, you should still give yourself a pat on the back that you're waking up each morning and going through the day. Whether that day you're struggling, whether that day you're thriving, whatever it is, like, just the fact that you're waking up for another day, you're doing great. So don't cut yourself short, give yourself credit. And your journal question is going to be, what practice do you or can you use in order to focus on the abundance in your life right now? How can you tap even more deeply into abundance? So I think, honestly, just like gratitude and being appreciative and looking at what you've accomplished and where you've thrived and those kind of things will help you with this card. But I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow at 11:30.